It's time for Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports. Warrior Softball is brought to you by the Cloverbell Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Warrior Softball is also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm and attorney Matthew Meyer, and financial advisor Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group. It's time now for Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on your home for Wausau West Sports, Wausau Area Sports, and WausauAreaSports.com. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports. As today, we got a pair of games from De Pere, a beautiful Saturday morning as the Wausau West Warriors, first up, taking on the De Pere Redbirds, and then in the second game, Wausau West will take on West De Pere. From De Pere High School, I am Chad Holmes. Well, the Wausau West Warriors come in after a very thrilling win on Thursday against Wisconsin Rapids in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Warriors had a early 3-0 lead. They led 3-1 going into the sixth, and Wisconsin Rapids scored 3 times to take the lead at 4-3. And then the Warriors, they rallied with 4 runs in the bottom of the sixth. Caitlin Butler tied things up with a solo home run, and then later in the inning, the Warriors got a 2-run home run from Taylor Defner and went on to defeat Wisconsin Rapids by a score of 7-5. So the Warriors now back over 500 overall. They have 8 wins and 7 losses this season, and they are 3-3 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Their opponents, De Pere, they have a record of 7 wins and 5 losses, and they are 5-3 in the Fox Valley Association. Today, these 2 games have significance because this year there has been a change in the playoff brackets. The Warriors are in sectional number 2 this year. Usually they've been facing off with teams to the west, Big Rivers Conference teams. But this year, the Warriors are taking on a lot of teams from the east. And included in those in that sectional bracket is De Pere and also West De Pere. So these 2 games could have some seeding implications when it comes to the playoffs that begin in just a few weeks' time. I'll give you a complete look at all these teams that are in the sectional bracket, and again, the change this year for Wausau West and Wausau East and DC Everest and Stevens Point and Wisconsin Rapids. In fact, all those teams are in the very same bracket from the Wisconsin Valley Conference. So, again, it'll be very interesting when the playoffs do get underway. So this could be a playoff preview. You don't know. They could be coming up in just a few weeks' time. We will take a timeout and then come back, have a look at the starting lineups, and get you ready for the first pitch. It is Wausau West taking on De Pere, the first of 2 today here from De Pere. Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports. Proud supporter of our broadcast of Wausau West High School Sports. Whether it's investments, insurance, financial planning, or more, contact Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group. Tim is a 1997 graduate of Wausau West High School and has been coaching Wausau West student athletes since 2001. Financial advisor Tim Freiberg and Rib Mountain Financial Group, a proud supporter of Wausau West High School athletics.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to WausauAreaSports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at WausauAreaSports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to WausauAreaSports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau Area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports. And Chad Holmes again here from De Pere as we are nearly set to go. It's I call it invitational. Got the Wausau West Warriors coming over. Also, the Wausau East Lumberjacks are across the way on the second diamond. They are taking on West De Pere in their first game. And then East will come over to this diamond at about 12 noon and take on De Pere in the second game, while the Warriors meet West De Pere. So, again, they got the two teams from this area and then the two teams from the Wausau area getting a chance to face off against each other here on this perfect day for softball. I mean, man, oh man, we really have a wonderful morning and probably an early afternoon as well for high school softball. I'm glad you could be with us here on Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And don't forget, if you have not done already, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It just says that you are a fan of our channel, and it helps me in terms of showing the interest in this channel. So again, just hit that subscribe button. You will not have any excuse then to miss any of our action as we continue to be very busy during the course of the spring sports season with high school baseball and high school softball. As you can see, they're having the meeting with the players and the coaches. So let's get you the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Wausau West Warriors, again, 8 wins and 7 losses overall, 3-3 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Leading things off and playing second base is Brianne Bouchon. Batting second is the shortstop, Jaden Elke. Batting third for the Warriors and playing third base, Taylor Defner. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Jaden Kalmus. Batting fifth, playing catcher, is Taylor Murkowski. Batting sixth and starting in center field is Claire Schultz. Caitlin Butler is the designated player. She is hitting seventh. Brooklyn Kalmus is in left field. She is batting eighth. Brooklyn Freiberg starts in right field, hitting ninth. And Nora Hintz is the starting pitcher. She is the flex player, is not in the batting order. Good news to see Nora Hintz back, because in that game on Thursday against Wisconsin Rapids, in her first at-bat, she was the DP on Thursday. She tried to swing out a pitch right on the outside corner, and she grabbed her shoulder, her non-throwing shoulder, immediately, and then she left the game. So it's great to see her back in the circle here today. So again, for Wausau West, Brianne Bouchon, Jaden Elke, Taylor Defner, Jaden Kalmus, Taylor Murkowski, Claire Schultz, Caitlin Butler, Brooklyn Kalmus, and Brooklyn Freiberg. Head coach of the Wausau West Warriors is Jamie Hughes. For the host, De Pere Redbirds, 7-5 overall, 5-3 in the Fox Valley Association. Leading things off and playing shortstop is Jalen Craig. Peyton Spaeth is at second base. She is hitting second. Bella Robinette is the catcher, batting third. Hitting fourth, center fielder Micah Zerbel. Allie Fredrickson is the designated player. She is hitting fifth. Natalie Piper, the third baseman, hits sixth. Sienna Arndt is the right fielder. She bats seventh. Ava Kreplin is at first base, hitting eighth. Julia Renier is in left field, batting ninth. And Brooke Destache is the pitcher, and she is the flex player and is not in the batting order. So again, for De Pere, Jalen Craig, Peyton Spaeth, Bella Robinette, Micah Zerbel, Allie Fredrickson, Natalie Piper, Sienna Arndt, Ava Kreplin, Julia Renier, and then the pitcher, Brooke Destache. We will take one final timeout and then come back and have the first pitch of today's game between the Wausau West Warriors and the De Pere Redbirds. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports and the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Not too early to start thinking boats.
Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing? Boat for skiing? A pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. The Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports.
Alcoholics Anonymous. We're here to help.
We're about to start the meeting. Welcome to anyone new.
For more information, visit aa.org and download the Meeting Guide app.
And that was our national anthem here from De Pere. Ready to go? High school softball, the Wausau West Warriors, and the De Pere Redbirds. Thanks to our sponsors, including the Clover Belt Credit Union. Since 1936, local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Now open in Mosinee. Visit CCU's new branch in the Bayman Professional Building across from the Mosinee Airport. Also, if you're somebody that would like to support our broadcast of high school sports on Wausau Area Sports and the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, we do need your support in order to make this venture a success. If you are interested in learning more, just to have a conversation, be able to learn about our advertising options, please go to our website at wausauareasports.com. And then go to the contact section, just fill out your information, leave a message that says, hey, I would like to learn a little bit more about advertising, and I'll make sure to get back to you. You can also send me an email directly by just going to the website. My contact information is there as well. So, again, would love to be able to talk to you as we are just starting up this brand new venture, wausauareasports.com. Well, the Warriors coming to the plate first as they'll try to build on the momentum of recent weeks. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. And Brianne Bouchon will lead things off for Wausau West. We'll give you the De Pere defense here in just a moment, but the Wausau West freshman will settle into the right-handed batter's box. In the circle, Brooke Destache. The right-hander winds, deals, and there's a ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. First pitch swinging is Brianne Bouchon, and she starts off the game and the day with a single. Jaden Elke will now step in for the Warriors, the Wausau West shortstop. Another right-handed batter. And Destache with the pitch. There's a square round laid down on the third base side. Picked up, now a fire to first in time. But the sacrifice is completed. And the Warriors now have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Well, we're off to a flying start. 2 pitches and 2 batters have already had their at-bats completed. And now Taylor Defner, right-handed hitting third baseman, steps in for the Warriors. There's a fastball on the outer portion at the knees for strike 1 called. Well, Defner, of course, had that 2-run home run against Wisconsin Rapids in her last at-bat on Thursday. Trying to get the Warriors on the board here early. 0-1 pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner for ball 1. Brooke Destache has a 2-3 record this season for De Pere. 25 innings pitched, 34 hits, 30 runs, 17 of which have been earned. 9 walks and 15 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. There goes the runner. Play at third. And sliding in safely is Brianne Bouchon. And excuse the camera work here. I'm trying to get the angles correct. And it's the sun is so bright it's hard to see my monitor. But hopefully you call it that slide at third. Now runner on third and 1 out. Swing, a foul tip held on to by the catcher, Bella Robinette. And the count evens up at 2-2. Contact right now important for Taylor Defner and the Warriors. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Drops down low, and that is ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden Kalmus, the cleanup hitter, first baseman in the on-deck circle for Wausau West. Destache is ready. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip, just barely getting a piece of it, and staying alive is Taylor Defner. As you can see, boy, just blue skies. I don't see any clouds at all here today. It is just a gorgeous start to our Saturday and our weekend. Again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Drops down low, and that is ball 4 and a base on balls for Taylor Defner. So now runners on the corners for the Warriors, and Jaden Kalmus will have the RBI opportunity. See the Warriors today in their new uniforms for this season. The white jerseys, white pants, dark blue pinstripes. Really, I think, a sharp look. Dark blue numerals outlined in gold. Wausau West in script. There's a square around. Pitch is taken for a strike. Between first and second is Defner trying to lure the throw, but holding on to it is Robinette. and she'll get in without a play. Catcher's indifference gets Taylor Defner to second base. No balls and 1 strike on Jaden Kalmus. Open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Rounding third, here comes Defner. She will score, and it is a 2 RBI single the other way for Jaden Kalmus, and the Warriors take a 2-0 lead. Hitting that ball right on the screws was Jaden Kalmus. And now Taylor Murkowski, who is catching here in the first game today, will step in. And she calls time. She's going to jog down to third base, have a word with Coach Jamie Hughes. Now head back to the batter's box. So a good start here for the Warriors, 2-0, top of the first inning. And the pitch. Ground ball pulled foul, third base side. Defensively for De Pere, Julia Renier is in left field. Micah Zerbel is in center. Sienna Arndt is in right. Natalie Piper starts at third base. Jalen Craig is shortstop. Peyton Spaeth at second base. Ava Kreplin is at first base. Bella Robinet is the catcher for Brooke DeStache. Really nice facility here. You can see the football field beyond the left field fence. Got 2 softball fields right next to each other, so not too far for us to go for game number 2 today. 0-1. Drops low and inside. Runner holds at first. 1 ball and 1 strike. 200 feet down the lines. I think it's 200 to center as well. I don't see a number, though. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. There's a line drive down the left field side. It goes foul. So it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Taylor Murkowski. Some good cuts here early for the top half of the Wausau West batting order. DeStache looks in, toes the rubber. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball pulled foul again, third base side. Claire Schultz, the number 6 hitter and center fielder, waits on deck for Wausau West. No wind right now. Boy, you see that flag in center field? It is limp. There's a line drive into center field, right center for a base hit. Rounding second, heading the third is Jaden Kalmus. Holding at first is Murkowski, and the Warriors have runners on the corners and just 1 out. That was a terrific at-bat by Murkowski. She had good cuts on every one of those pitches. And now time is called. We'll get a visit to the mound. Travis Piper is the head coach of the Redbirds of De Pere. So Wausau West with 3 well-hit balls in this inning, 3 singles, have a 2-0 lead and a chance for more. Again, this is the first of 2 today. Once this one is done, we will stop this stream. You'll have to go back. We have a second stream set up for the game between Wausau West and West De Pere. It will take me a few minutes to move my operation just across the way. So hopefully you can stay with us. Our probably have about a 15-minute break between games, but make sure once this game ends, you come back and go to our second stream. It's labeled as softball, Wausau West against West De Pere. Now the meeting in the circle has come to an end, and Claire Schultz will head to the plate for Wausau West.
Center fielder, number 15, Claire Schultz.
So right-handed hitting Claire Schultz will get ready to go. Try to keep the offensive momentum going for the Warriors. Really solid start here for West. DeStache looks in, has the target. Here's the pitch. There's a square round, pulling it back, taking for a strike. Again, the runner from first will break, looking towards the catcher. Again, trying to maybe tempt Bella Robinet to throw the softball. But again, catcher's indifference, allowing the runner, Taylor Murkowski, to advance 60 feet to second base. No balls and 1 strike. Runners on second and third now for the Warriors with 1 out. 0-1 pitch. There's a little looper right-hand side. It's not going to be an easy play. Picked up by the first baseman. Flips to the bag. And just in a nick of time to get the runner. But a run comes in to score. So it's an RBI ground ball for Schultz. And the Warriors take a 3-0 lead. So that's a 3-4 putout on the ground ball. So 2 outs. Runner on third for Caitlin Butler. Well, Butler had one of the big hits of the season, I would say, on Thursday. Again, the Warriors had fallen behind Wisconsin Rapids by a score of 4-3, bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out and nobody on base. And Butler drove a home run over the right center field fence, her first ever home run. So, again, I mean, it was a very exciting moment that sparked a 4-run bottom of the 6th inning for the Warriors, who went on to win by a score of 7-5. We'll get a courtesy runner here for the Warriors. Olivia O'Keefe will run now at third base for the catcher, Taylor Murkowski. So a courtesy runner and an RBI opportunity for Caitlin Butler. 3-0 Warriors, top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. There's a little looper down the right field side, but it's a curl foul. And that's strike 1. Warriors in the first base dugout. Obviously having a good time. It's been a good start here on this Saturday morning. Oh, 1. That's a fastball in the inner portion for a called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Caitlin Butler waits. Runner waits on third as well. Here's the 0-2. Misses low and outside, taken for a ball. Ball and 2 strikes. Slightly closed stance in the box for Caitlin. Outfield playing slightly to go the other way. Good eye that time. Laid off that high fastball, and the count evens up at 2-2. Brooklyn Kalmus waits on deck, hoping to get an opportunity to hit in the top of the first for the Warriors. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch. Drops down low. It's blocked behind the plate by Robinet. And the count runs full, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brooke Distache looks in, has the sign and the target, and the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called right at the bottom of the zone, and that will do it for the Warriors in inning number 1. But the Warriors off to a good start. 3 runs on 3 base hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. And a 1/2 inning, it's Wausau West 3, De Pere coming to the plate. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Financial advisor Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group is a proud supporter of our broadcast of Wausau West High School sports. Whether it's investments, insurance, financial planning, or more, contact Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group. Tim is a 1997 graduate of Wausau West High School and has been coaching Wausau West student athletes since 2001. Financial advisor Tim Freiberg and Rib Mountain Financial Group, a proud supporter of Wausau West High School athletics. Financial advisor Tim Freiberg.
Bottom half of the first inning. Coming to the plate will be the Redbirds. As Wausau West with a 3 spot in the top half of the first inning. So a really good start for Wausau West. And the Warriors with a 3-0 lead. We'll give you the Wausau West defense in just a moment, but Jalen Craig will lead things off for De Pere. Here's the first pitch from Nora Hinson. It's a chopper off the body of the hitter, and that is strike 1. Nora Hintz getting the call in the circle. Both her and Butler have pitched very well so far this season for the Warriors. Here's the 0-1. Drops into the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wausau West defensively. Brooklyn Kalmus in left field. Claire Schultz in center. Brooklyn Freiberg in right. We'll give you the infield D after the next pitch. Fastball just off the inside corner. Ball 2. Taylor Defner at third base. Jaden Elke is at shortstop. Brianne Bouchong is at second base. Jaden Kalmus at first. Taylor Murkowski, the catcher for Nora Hintz. Here's Hintz, wind and delivery. There's a chopper third base side. Picked there by Defner. She'll fire across in time. 5-3 on the putout for out number 1.
Playing second base, number 6, Peyton Spaeth.
Next up will be the second baseman, Peyton Spaeth, for the Redbirds. Left-handed batter. Actually, that left-handed batter is a nice, better viewpoint from our camera angle. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner right on the corner for strike 1 called. That is a good location on that pitch from Nora Hintz. Hintz stares into her catcher, Taylor Murkowski. And the 0-1, swing and a miss again. That pitch right there, maybe even an inch further outside. And that is close enough where the batter has to cut at it, and it's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Ground ball to the right-hand side into right field for a base hit. So knocking that 0-2 pitch on the ground and getting the first hit for the Redbirds is Peyton Spaeth.
Number 10, Bella Robinet.
And Bella Robinet, the catcher, will step in next. Right-handed batter. There's a ground ball, fair, right off the bag at third base into left field. Big turn at second, but staying right there is Spaeth. So back-to-back hits for De Pere, and now the Redbirds have runners on first and second with 1 out. Micah Zerbel, the cleanup hitter and center fielder, will step in next. But we'll get a courtesy runner for the Redbirds as coming out and running for De Pere. Morgan Blum. She'll do the running for the catcher, Robinet. Well, early on, it looks like we have the makings of a rather entertaining game. Both teams have come out and swung the bats very effectively here in the first inning. Home plate umpire taking a moment to note the courtesy runner. And now the right-handed hitting Zerbel will step in. Here's the pitch. There's a high pop-up, first base side, out of play. Everybody's got to keep their eyes up to the sky because these fields are so close. If a ball comes from the other field, it could hit us in the back of the head. Same thing for the field, too. They're very tight here in De Pere. 0-1 pitch. Fastball rises up and out of the zone from Hintz, and that evens things up at 1-1. But after some chilly weather here late in the week, boy, today it has just become gorgeous here for the early part of May. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball just off the inside corner, and that popped into the mid of Murkowski, but ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nora Hintz to the plate. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Runner's going to round third. She will come in without a play, and on the board is De Pere, and it's now 3-1. An RBI single for Micah Zerbel. 3 consecutive base knocks now for the Redbirds.
Batter number 5, Allie Fredrickson.
Runners on first and second, 1 out for the designated player, Allie Fredrickson. Both teams right on it here early, hitting the ball hard. There's a fastball poured right in there for strike 1 called. Thanks to our sponsors, including Ryan and the good folks at Rocket Industrial. Thanks to Rocket Industrial for coming on board so quickly with our new project. Really appreciate their support. No balls and one strike. There's a ground ball pulled foul, third base side. And quickly, Nora Hintz up in the count. No balls and two strikes. Don't forget, if you miss any of our broadcasts, if you missed that exciting game between the Warriors and Wisconsin Rapids on Thursday, or yesterday, Wausau West Baseball winning in Winterberg, you can go to our YouTube channel, our Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel for previous broadcasts. 0-2 misses outside for ball one. Next week, we'll have a mixture of baseball and softball once again. We'll tell you about the schedule here in just a few minutes. 1-2 pitch. Just a little bit up and out of the zone, and that's ball two. Boy, that was a good job of hitting. Laying off a pitch that was pretty close, but just over the top of the zone was Fredrickson. Hintz with a 2-2. Rolls in there. Nice play by Murkowski behind the plate. Save a wild pitch, but the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fredrickson ready. Nora Hintz has the sign, has the target. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip. Just getting a piece of that one with Fredrickson. Stays alive at 3-2. Runners on first and second. 1 out for the Redbirds. Nora Hintz is ready. Again, the 3-2. Strike 3 called! Right on the inside corner. Nora Hintz with a big strikeout for out number 2.
Playing third base, number 8, Natalie Piper.
Next up will be third baseman Natalie Piper. That was a terrific pitch, 3-2. Good, right on the inside corner. Still trying to get out of this frame with no further damage is Hintz. Fastball, inside corner at the 8th for strike 1 called. Right-handed batter is Natalie Piper. Has the hands up near the right ear hole. 0-1. Fastball, very close pitch, but just a tad up. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-1. Wausau West playing the bottom half of inning number 1. Ground ball pulled foul down the third base side. And now 1-2. Three base hits for the Warriors in the top half of this inning. 3 base knocks for Pere in the bottom of the inning. Nora Hintz. 1-2 pitch. There's a well-hit ball, deep left field. Back is Brooklyn Kalmus, and that ball is out of here. A 3-run homer over the left field fence for Natalie Piper. And that makes it 4-3 to Pere. Boy, she took one that was on the inner half, and she hit that one right on the screws. No doubt about that one. So we've had ourselves quite a first inning, haven't we? 3 for the Warriors in the top of the inning. Now 4 for Pere in the bottom of the inning. As right fielder Sienna Arndt will hit next. One pitch from getting out of the inning, but that's a big job of hitting by Piper. Fastball drops a little bit low for ball 1. Nora Hintz, 1-0. Low and inside, and that's ball 2. After a 3-run shot, need a moment, I think, for Nora to try to just resettle. Here comes the 2-0. That one is in there for a called strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody on base, 2 outs, 4 runs in for Pere. 2-1 pitch. Drops low and inside, smothered again by catcher Taylor Murkowski, but the count goes to 3-1. Well, based on how the Warriors are swinging the bat in the top of the first inning, no need to worry here. There's a ground ball knocked down by Defner. Now she'll fire across in time, and that will do it for De Pere in inning number 1. But they put up 4 runs. 4 runs on 4 base hits. There were no Wausau West errors and nobody left on base. End of 1 here from De Pere. It is De Pere 4, Wausau West 3. This is Warrior Softball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Brooklyn Kalmus will lead things off for the Warriors. 4-3, De Pere, top half of inning number 2. Distash, her first pitch. There's a little roller back to the circle. Bobbled and safe at first will be Kalmus. So the first error of the game will be on De Pere, and the Warriors get their base runner on to start off the second.
Next up, the right fielder, number 3, Brooklyn Freiberg.
Brooklyn Freiberg will next step in for the Warriors. Number 9 hitter playing right field today. Another one of those younger players getting significant playing time. And there's a cut at the plate and a foul ball. Strike 1. Number 3 on the back of the jersey for Brooklyn Freiberg. Here's the 0-1. There's a roller up the middle, taken at the bag, close play. And just out at second base was Kalmus. Boy, that was a close play, but the tag was made at the bag, and then it fired to first. Freiberg beat it out, so it's a fielder's choice. And 1 out in the inning. Back to the top of the order now for the Warriors, and Brianne Bouchon. Brianne led off the game with a single on the first pitch and then came around to score the first Wausau West run. And the Warriors, I think, well, I have a conversation with the umpires there. They were having the home plate umpire went out to talk to the base umpire to make sure that the runner at second was out, and the call is upheld. So 1 out, runner on first. So Brianne Bouchon will now step in. Brooke Distash has the target. Here's the wind and the pitch. Runner on the move, throw down to second, and in with a late slide is Freiberg. I thought you were going to stand up, but Brooklyn Freiberg had a good jump and is able to easily get the stolen base and put a runner in scoring position now for the Warriors. No balls and 1 strike on Brianne Bouchon. Distash fires, drops down low, evens it up at 1-1. The catcher, Bella Robinet, setting the target. 1-1. Up and inside, just a shade, and that's ball 2. So a good hitter's count now for Brianne Bouchon. Jaden Elke, the Wausau West shortstop, in the on-deck circle. Outfield playing straight away. See Zerbel right in center field, and there's a cut and a miss by Bouchon, and the count evens up at 2-2. As we continue today, I want to give a look at that bracket because, again, this is a new look for the postseason. That's why I think the Warriors are here today to take on these two teams as sectional opponents. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Inside for ball 3. So the count runs full on Brianne Bouchon. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on second, representing the tying run. 1 out, top of the second. 4-3 game to Pere with the lead. There's a line drive into right center field for a base hit. That's going to tie up the game. Rounding first is Bouchon. She's heading to second. Head first dive in safely with an RBI double. And the Warriors have tied it up. It's 4-4. Boy, good start here today for Brianne Bouchon. A single and now a double. And Jaden Elke will step in for the Warriors. Well, again, this has been nothing but excitement in the first inning and a half. If you're a pitcher, it's not been so much fun, but so far the bats have really been alive. There's a chopper towards short, scooped up there. Long throw across, and that's in time. And diving into third base on the ground ball is Bouchon. 6-3 on the putout to get Jaden Elke. So 2 outs for Taylor Defner. So Defner will look for the 2-out RBI hit. Taylor walked, scored a run in the first inning. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball that's in there for strike 1 called. No balls and 1 strike. 4-4 game, top half of the second inning. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a fly ball right field side going back a couple of steps. Making the call, making the grab is Sienna Arndt for out number 3. But the Warriors get that run back. 1 run for Wausau West in the top of the second inning. 1 run on 1 base hit. There was an error. And 1 runner left on base. End of an inning and a half. It is Wausau West 4, De Pere 4. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Top half, I should say the bottom half of inning number 2. De Pere coming to the plate in this 4-4 game. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Redbirds. Ava Kreplin will lead things off. And there's a chopper third base side played by Elke. Long throw across in time. Good play by Jaden Elke. Ball just got out of the reach of the third baseman Defner, who went to her left. But clean pick and then a good throw across to get the runner by a step. 6-3 on the putout. 1 pitch and 1 out for De Pere. And Julia Rainier will step in next for the Redbirds. Nora Hint's pitch is fouled back to the screen right in front of me for strike 1. Looking down towards the third base coach's box is Rainier. And now steps back in. 0-1. Another bunt attempt, and she'll follow it again. She went up and out of the zone for that one, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. After today, with this twin bill of action with the Wausau West softball team, our next broadcast will be on Tuesday of next week. Wausau West hosting DC Everest in Wisconsin Valley Conference Baseball. We'll have that one Tuesday starting at 4:45. There's a looping liner over Jaden Elke into left field for a base hit. Rounding first is Renier, but she'll stop right there. Just a little too much for Jaden Elke to get up there and snag it.
Back to the top of the order, number 24, Jalen Craig.
And top of the order now, and Jalen Craig for the Redbirds. Craig led off in the first and grounded to third base, and Taylor Defner. Here's Hintz. There's a square around. Now pulling it back, and the pitch in the dirt, knocked down again by the catcher, Taylor Murkowski. Murkowski's done a nice job knocking down anything in the dirt here in the early going. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a well-hit ball left field. Going back is Brooklyn Kalmis over her head. Goes one hop off the fence to third. Getting waved around is the runner. The cutoff gets away. And now heading to third and in standing up is Jalen Craig. And it's a 5-4 lead for the Redbirds. Time is called. We're going to get a visit to the mound. Give us a chance to, again, remind you about that next broadcast, Tuesday. Wausau West against DC Everest in high school baseball. 4:45 airtime, 5 o'clock first pitch here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. On Thursday, the Warriors head to DC Everest for baseball. They will start with the completion of the suspended game, the day that the tornadoes came through. The game was in the top of the 8th inning. The Warriors had the bases loaded and 2 outs when the rains and the storms came. So they'll start Thursday with the completion of that suspended game. Big situation right at the start with the bases loaded and 2 outs for the Warriors in a 5-5 game. And then they'll have the regularly scheduled game. And then on Friday, we'll have the Warrior softball team against River Falls. And that one, again, will be at 4:15 for the pregame, 4:30 for the first pitch here on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. Runner on third, 1 out for Peyton Spaeth for the Redbirds. Here's the pitch. Up and out of the strike zone on a rising fastball for ball 1. 5-4. Back in the lead by 1 now is Pere. Looking in is Nora Hintz. Here's the rock and the pitch. And there's a ground ball up the middle into center field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Craig, an RBI hit for Spaeth, and it's now 6-4. Trying to get to her right to get to that ball was Brianne Bouchong for the Warriors, but hit in the right spot by Spaeth. And now Bella Robinet will step to the plate. Pitch is a rising fastball up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Robinet had a single, scored a run back in the first inning. Nora Hintz looks in. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Pickoff move back to first, and diving back in safely is Peyton Spaeth. One ball and 1 strike. Nora Hintz is ready. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, scooped up again by Murkowski, and the count goes to 2-1. Warriors come in 8-7 overall. They are 3-3 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Pere 7-5 overall, 5-3 in their conference. There's a looping liner towards left field. He'll drop in for a base hit. Getting it back in is Brooklyn Kalmus. Runner stop at second. So, still swinging that bat is De Pere. They have 4 hits in this inning. They have 8 hits already in the game. 6 runs, 8 hits for De Pere. The Warriors have 4 runs on 4 base hits. First and second, 1 out for the cleanup hitter, center fielder Micah Zerbel. Pitch is low and inside, scooped up again very nicely by Murkowski. Boy, she has again done an outstanding job of saving a number of wild pitches in this first 2 innings. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch, line drive, pulled foul down the third base side. Zerbel had a single, scored a run in the first. The right-handed batter, hands up high. Hintz to the plate. Ground ball past Nora, picked up by Elke at short, and she tried to scoop it in one motion, but could not control it, and all hands are safe. Just off the end of the bat, it just got past Hintz. Knowing that she had to hurry, Jaden Elke tried to grab and then to scoop it in one motion to the bag and Bouchon. But instead, it will go down as an error, and the bases are all jammed up. First, second, and third for Allie Fredrickson. There's a chopper third base side, goes foul. Strike 1. Well, all of a sudden, it's getting to a rather significant part of the game very early. You don't want to dig too deep of a hole early on. 6-4, 2-run deficit right now for the Warriors, but the bases are loaded with 1 out for De Pere. 0-1 pitch. Inside, trying to frame it, was Murkowski, but off the plate for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hintz fires. Ground ball pulled foul third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lots of stuff going on here at De Pere High School today. You got these 2 softball games. I see soccer going on beyond the right field fence. I know the De Pere baseball team has a game coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So again, for high school sports fans in this area, lots to choose from. 1-2. Bounces in there, smothered again by Taylor Murkowski, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first, second, and third. Hintz, rocks, fires. Down low and inside, just missed the foot of the hitter, Fredrickson, and the count runs full, 3-2. Nowhere to put the hitter. Full count, and the bases are full as well. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball pulled foul right to the third base dugout. Looks like that ball, I can't really see the dugout from my point of view here behind home plate, but apparently got a piece of somebody over there, but it really appears to be okay. 3-2 again. Hintz to the plate. Just getting a piece of it was Fredrickson. Barely got a piece of it, but stays alive at 3-2. So a third 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded. Murkowski again puts down the sign. Sets the target. Payoff pitch. There's a fly ball left field. Under it is Brooklyn Kalmus. Oh, and it is over the fence. She got to the fence, went up, but it just cleared the barrier, and that will be a grand slam home run for Allie Fredrickson. It looked as though Brooklyn Kalmus had a beat on it, but it just carried a little bit. The wind is not blowing very hard, but what little wind is pushing out, and that may have just been enough to get it over the fence. A grand slam home run, and it's now 10-4 De Pere with the lead. Boy, just needed maybe 2 more feet, and Kalmus could have brought that one in, but very happy with the dimensions is Allie Fredrickson for De Pere. It looks like we are going to get a pitching change here for the Wausau West Warriors. It looks like Claire Schultz will move in from center field and take over in the circle here for Wausau West. So we'll take a timeout as well. We are in the bottom of the second inning. 6 runs in for De Pere, and they have a 10-4 lead over the Warriors. Back in a moment. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Next up for De Pere, number 8, Natalie Piper.
So Claire Schultz now in the circle for Wausau West. 10-4 is the lead for De Pere, bottom of the second inning. Piper will take that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 called. I see that the Warriors now have Caitlin Butler at first base. Let's try to get all these defensive changes. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Ball 1. So Butler at first. It looks like Jaden Kalmus, I think, is in center field now for the Warriors. As the pitch is grounded to third base. Scooped up there. Fire across in time. Another good pick by Taylor Defner and the fire across.
Number 23, Sienna Arndt.
So second out of the inning. 5-3 on that putout. And up next will be Sienna Arndt for the Redbirds. And the pitch from Schultz is a fly ball center field. Going back is Jaden Kalmus, but she'll have room and make the grab to end the inning. So nice job coming in from center field by Claire Schultz. Get to the final 2 batters. But De Pere does bat around. 6 runs in the inning. 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There was an error and nobody left on base. End of 2. It is Wausau West trailing De Pere by a score of 10-4. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau area sports. Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports.
Jaden Kalmus will lead off for the Warriors in the top half of inning number 3 as the Warriors trail by a score of 10-4. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters here for Wausau West. 1 ball, then no strikes. DeStache has the target. Here's the pitch. Ground ball in the hole between third and short into left field for a base hit. So for the third straight inning, the Warriors get their leadoff hitter on base.
Number 8, Taylor Murkowski.
And up next, the Wausau West catcher, Taylor Murkowski. Taylor Murkowski singled her first time up. Here's the pitch. So there's a line drive down the left field side. Dive is off the middle of the left fielder. Renier rounding second. Heading towards third base is Jaden Kalmus, and she'll slide in safely. And into second base on the play is Taylor Murkowski. Long run for Renier. Got her glove on it, but we'll give that a double for Taylor Murkowski, unofficially, of course. And now Claire Schultz, a chance to get a couple of runs back for the Warriors. They have a good cut, but falls it into the screen. Strike 1. Boy, the Warriors are swinging the bats here, but so are the De Pere Redbirds in the early going. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens up the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners wait, second and third. Here's the pitch. Right on the outside corner. Boy, that was a painted pitch. Right, really nothing that Schultz could do with it. So she goes now looking. And now Caitlin Butler will step to the plate. Second and third, 1 out for Butler. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Caitlin is 0 for 1. She struck out looking back in the first. Brooke DeStache toes the rubber, deals. Again, right on the outside corner for a called strike 2. All of a sudden, the right-hander started to target the corner and hit it. Boy, big situation. Knee contact now. 0-2. Off the outside corner. Again, that's a good 0-2 pitch. Just a little bit off the corner, trying to get the batter to go off and swing at one that may have been just a little out of the zone. But sometimes with 2 strikes, you have to expand that zone. But it's ball 1. 1-2. There's a roller, first base side. That's going to score a run. Picked up there. Tagging out the runner is Kreplin. But coming in to score on the play is Jaden Kalmus. And the Warriors get 1 back and make it 10-5. So runner on third, 2 outs for Brooklyn Kalmus. Murkowski is going to head off for a courtesy runner, as once again coming out of the first base dugout will be Olivia O'Keefe to run for the catcher. So now Brooklyn Kalmus, the left fielder, will settle in. Pitch is low and inside, taken for ball 1. 10-5 is the score. Scoreboard has not changed yet, but my scoreboard has, but the center field scoreboard did not get that run across. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to the right-hand side. Pick at second, flip to first in time, and that will do it. And again, I'm trying to watch the field and push the camera, and I apologize. I was pushing it a little bit too far that time. But nevertheless, 4-3 put out, and that will do it in the top of the third inning. For the Warriors, they do get a run. 1 run on 2 base hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. End of 2.5. It is De Pere 10, Wausau West 5. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel.
Financial advisor Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group is a proud supporter of our broadcast of Wausau West High School sports. Whether it's investments, insurance, financial planning, or more, contact Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group. Tim is a 1997 graduate of Wausau West High School and has been coaching Wausau West student athletes since 2001. Financial advisor Tim Freiberg and Rib Mountain Financial Group, a proud supporter of Wausau West High School athletics. Financial.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
Affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
Bottom of the third inning, Ava Kripling will lead things off for De Pere. First pitch from Claire Schultz is outside for ball 1. 10-5 score. There's a ground ball right to the second baseman. Pick by Brianne Bouchon. Flip to first in time for out number 1.
Left fielder number 16, Julia Rainier.
I have to apologize. I should have angled the table a little bit more because, in fact, that ground ball, I could not see through the umpire. So it sounded like I was hesitating. Yeah, I was hesitating. And then finally was able to see it go to the second baseman. There's a bunt attempt. It'll be fouled back. And that's strike 1. Interesting here in this game. The Warriors have had their leadoff hitter on base all 3 innings. And they've taken advantage to score 5 runs. De Pere has not had their leadoff hitter on base. All 3 innings, the Warriors got the first batter, but then after that, De Pere started to hit. There's a roller, foul third base side. Often, if you get that first batter, that, in terms of the analytics, that's a big step towards trying to get a goose egg on the board, but it has not mattered to De Pere in the first couple of innings. They scored 4 in the first and then 6 in the second to have this 10-5 lead. 0-2 pitch. Change of pace, and that will be almost a slow pitch softball pitch that time. That was one of those lob pitches almost. That was a slow change of pace from Claire Schultz. And waiting back on it was Rainier and followed it straight back. There's change-ups and then there are change-ups. 0-2. Way up high, and that fastball looks a lot faster after that slow change-up the previous pitch. One, 2. Up high, that evens things up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schultz is ready. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a bunt attempt, and that's going to be a base hit. Well, that is risky, but when you get it down, it turns into a base knock. Well done by Rainier. So a 10th base hit of the game for De Pere. And now back to the top of the order and Jalen Craig. Jalen Craig grounded out in the first, had an RBI double, and scored a run in the second. Here's Schultz. Way up high. Pick off back to first, and diving back in safely is Rainier. Thanks to our sponsors, including Tim Freiberg and Rib Mountain Financial. Tim joining us for our Wausau West softball broadcast here during the spring sports season, and appreciate Tim Freiberg's support. Obviously, Tim, a Wausau West legend, Wausau West grad, Brockmeyer Award winner, been an assistant coach in various sports over the years. Pitch is all the way to the backstop, and the runner was on the move, and into second is Rainier. That's going to be a stolen base because she was on the move even before the ball got to the backstop. So now a runner on second and one out. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Way up high, and that's 3 balls and no strikes. If you joined us late, you've missed a lot. The Warriors have scored in all 3 of their at-bats. The Pere scored in both their at-bats and now are up in the bottom of the third. 3-0. Fastball right down the chute for strike 1 called. Warriors scored 3 in the top of the first. The Pere scored 4 in the bottom of the first. The Warriors scored a run in the top of the second. The Pere scored 6 in the bottom of the second. And the Warriors scored a run in the top of the third. 3-1. Up high, and that's ball 4. So runners on first and second, 1 out for Peyton Spaeth.
Number 6, Peyton Spaeth.
Peyton Spaeth, left-handed batter. Spaeth has singled and also scored each time. Single in the first, single in the second. Up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Way up high. Again, snagging it. Oh, and then a throw back to second. And back in at the bag is Rainier. Two balls and no strikes. Pitch on the outside corner. Taken for a strike. Evens things up at 2-2. Left-handed batter. Claire Schultz rocks and deals. Right on the outside corner. Painting the corner. I made a mistake. The scoreboard and I were mistaken. Now it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners wait on first and second. Here's Schultz and the pitch. Change of pace and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Another slow change up from Schultz. That one was outside, but sometimes when that ball comes in so slowly, it looks so big to the batter. And waving at it with Spaeth for the second out of the inning. Bella Robinet, who has also singled twice and scored a pair of runs, will now step in for the Redbirds. Trying to get a scoreless inning here for the Warriors is Claire Schultz. The right-hander fires. There's a fly ball center field. Going back is Kelma. She looks up, and that ball is out of here. Right over the center field fence. A 3-run home run for Bella Robinet, and it's now 13-5. Not only are De Pere hitting home runs today, they are hitting home runs with runners on base. We have seen now a 3-run homer. In the last inning, we saw a grand slam home run, and back in the first inning, a 3-run home run. So again, these are not solo shots. These are home runs with players on base. So 13-5 De Pere, bottom half of the third inning. Next up will be Micah Zerbel for De Pere. Meeting in the circle for the Warriors will break up. And Zerbal, who singled and scored in the first, reached on an error, scored in the second, will now step in. You look at these De Pere batters, you see why they're hitting home runs. They are very athletic. They have some, they're tall and they're strong. And the pitch is inside for a ball. You can just see that these are kids that are spending time, I think, working out. And we talk a lot about that often with the boys' games, but I think for the girls it's just as important. And there's a fly ball left field side. Coming over towards left center, making the call, fighting the sun, and making the grab is Brooklyn Kalmus for out number 3. But 3 more runs come across for De Pere in the third inning. 3 runs on 2 base hits, no Warrior errors, and nobody left on base. End of 3 complete here from De Pere. It is De Pere 13, Wausau West 5. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Brooklyn Freiburg will lead things off for the Warriors in the top of the 4th inning. 13-5 lead for De Pere, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1 called from Brooke DeStache. 9 1-2 hitters for the Warriors, Brooklyn Freiburg, then Brianne Bouchon and Jaden Elke. Both teams have scored in every at-bat. 3 for the Warriors, 3 for the Redbirds, and there's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. But the Redbird numbers are a little bit bigger in the frames. 3 1-1 across for Wausau West. 4 6-3 across for De Pere, so 13-5. There's a foul ball. Stays alive at 0-2. Again, this is the first of 2 today here from De Pere for the Warriors. They will move over to diamond number 2. Meet West De Pere in the second game. We'll have it for you as well on a separate stream. Just off the outside corner, maybe a tad low in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Wausau East is facing West De Pere at the other diamond right now. The teams will switch. East will come over here. West will go over there for the next game. Out of the zone as Freiburg takes ball 2. Brooklyn Freiburg reached on a fielder's choice her first time up and then came around to score a run. DeStache fires. Just getting a piece of it. Good job on a tough pitch on the outer portion. And stays 2-2. Warriors have won 4 of their last 5 games. Have been playing some very good softball recently. 2-2. And there's a ground ball into center field for a base hit. Nice job. Good at bat that time by Brooklyn Freiburg. And again, 4 for 4 of the Warriors. They're getting that leadoff hitter on base. And I said it earlier that is a big advantage in terms of trying to get runs across. So 4 times. And 4 times the Warriors have put that leadoff batter on. And now top of the order. And Brianne Bouchon. She is having herself quite a morning. Missing on that fastball is DeStache for ball 1. But Brianne Bouchon singled and scored in the first and then drilled an RBI double in the second. She is 2 for 2. One-0. Pitch gets the inside corner for a called strike 1. You saw it. Here's the 1-1. Drops down low, runner on the move, and in without a play will be Brooklyn Freiberg. So now the Warriors have a runner on second and nobody out. And 2 balls and 1 strike on Brianne Bouchon. Slightly open stance for the right-handed batter's box. Pitch misses a little off the inside corner, maybe a tad up, and that's ball 3. So a good hitter's count now for Brianne. Jaden Elke in the on-deck circle for Wausau West. (3-1). There's a line drive into center field for another base hit. Rounding third, here comes Freiberg, and she will score, and the Warriors continue to swing the bats. It's now 13-6. 3 for 3. A couple of RBIs now for Brianne Bouchon. Jaden Elke, the Wausau West number 2 hitter and shortstop, will now step in. She laid down a sacrifice bunt in the first, grounded to shortstop in the second. Here's the pitch. In there at the knees for strike 1 called. Well, it's been a good day for the teams in terms of their batting averages. A lot of kids are going to see those batting averages go up. But the Warriors, they have a lot more hitting to do to try to get back into this one. There's a chopper at the plate. Foul ball. Strike 2. Warriors have been hitting, but they're going to have to do a lot more hitting as they trail still 13-6. Runner on first, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. There's a little blooper towards the right field. Drops in for a base hit. Just serving it over the second baseman into short right center was Jaden Elke. So 3 consecutive base hits for the Warriors in the top of the 4th. And now, opportunity for Wausau West number 3 hitter and third baseman Taylor Defner. Defner walked and scored in the first, flew out to right field in the second. Well, all of a sudden the Warriors can, with a swing of the bat, try to claw their way back in. There's a chopper foul, third base side, strike 1. This is already going through the lineup the third time here for West as we play the top of the 4th inning. Yeah, we're not even to the halfway point of this game. Nothing in 1. And the pitch. Up high, taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor Defner, most definitely, especially on a day like today where that wind is pushing slightly out, has that power. She had a couple of home runs in the game against Stevens Point, a 1-run win for the Warriors, and then she had another home run against Rapids on Thursday. Oh, and that one was just up and in and just missing the bill of the helmet of Taylor Defner. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The stash is ready. Here's the rock and the pitch. Drops down low, and that's ball 3. Good hitters count now for Taylor Defner. Runners wait on first and second. The stash stares in, has the target. Here's the pitch. Good pitch, outer portion of the plate, and a good job by Defner. Didn't force herself to swing at that one, and the count runs full, 3-2. Full count here on Taylor Defner. Here's the rock and the pitch. There's a roller up the middle into center field for a base hit. Rounding third is Bouchon. Here comes the throw. She'll slide in safely. Heading to third. There's a throw, and the ball goes off the body of the sliding Jaden Elke. That ball may have been targeted towards left field, but it hit Jaden as she slid in. But it's an RBI single for Taylor Defner, and the Warriors make it 4 hits in a row this inning, and it's now 13-7. That one may have gone near the left hip of Jaden Elke. She was a little shaken, but it looks like she'll be okay. it's one of those days for the hitters where even the ground balls are finding holes. That was a ground ball, but that found the hole for Taylor Defner. And now we're going to get a visit to the circle. Maybe a change here for DePere. Top of the fourth inning. 13-7 is the advantage for DePere. As this game has just been offense and then more offense. Yep, we're going to get a pitching change here for the Redbirds. So Warriors have runners on the corners, nobody out in the top of the fourth inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in a moment. 13-7 DePere over Wausau West. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
Morgan Schmidt is the new pitcher for the Redbirds. And Jaden Kalmus will come to the plate with runners on first and third. Nobody out. Top of the fourth inning as the Warriors trying to claw their way back in. 2 runs in this inning, and they now trail 13-7. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball in for strike one called. Jaden Kalmus has a 2 RBI single back in the first and scored a run, and she also singled in the third and scored a run as well. Again, boy, this score sheet I'm running is really filled up with a lot of base hits and runs. There's a ground ball past the pitcher into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Rounding third, coming in to score is Defner, and it's now 13-9. 3 for 3 today for Jaden Kalmus. And Warriors have 4 runs in the inning.
Number 8, Taylor Murkowski.
4 runs in and still nobody out as Taylor Murkowski will come to the plate. Schmidt to the plate. Fastball hangs a little bit up for ball 1. We are on pace for a very, very high-scoring game. We're already there, but we still have a lot of time left. Pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Taylor Murkowski has a couple of hits in this game as well. She is 2 for 2. She singled in the first and then doubled in the third. And the pitch. Laying off that high delivery is, now caught between first and second. Throw down to second. And out is Kalmus. She got picked off. Boy, you hate to see that, the way the ball's been going off the bats for the Warriors to give up an out on the base path. So now 1 out and nobody on base. And the pitch. Line drive into left field, a third base hit of the game for Taylor Murkowski. Boy, again, that out hurts. But nevertheless, runner on first and 1 out for Claire Schultz.
Number 15, Claire Schultz.
Claire Schultz is 0 for 2, has an RBI. Looking the bunt, but she'll foul it off. Once again, a courtesy runner for the pitcher, as again, Olivia O'Keefe will come out and do the running. No balls and 1 strike. Schmidt with the pitch. Drops a little bit low, evens it up at 1-1. 6 consecutive hits for the Warriors here in the 4th inning. 12 hits overall for Wausau West. 1-1. Fastball in there for a called strike 2. 13-9, top of the 4th inning. Schultz waits. Schmidt rocks, deals. Misses up and away, and the count evens up at 2-2. So both teams have gone to their second pitchers already in this game. 2-2. Bounces in there. Now breaking for second. There's the throw. And again, the Warriors are thrown out on the base paths. Ugh. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Claire Schultz. It's a good play, good throw from behind the plate by Robinette. She blocked it and then had a lot on it. And there's ball 4. Nobody's been retired at the plate for the Warriors in this inning. But they have 2 outs. Runner on first now for Caitlin Butler. Well, actually, nope, it's not going to be Caitlin Butler. We're going to have a hitter here, as coming out will be Emmeline Grosnick. But boy, again, the Warriors have given a couple of gifts here to DePere in this inning to take away some of the momentum. One, a pickoff, and then a caught stealing or trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip and got a piece of the catcher. And shaken up behind the plate is Bella Robinette. And she's going to have a few moments here to take a look. Those foul tips, again, are the bane of the catcher. It's not the hard foul tips. It's just where you get just nick it. And that's enough that sometimes it'll find some of the exposed area. You got the shin pads, you got the chest protector, you got the face mask, you got the helmet and everything else. But there's still some areas on those foul tips that can be left exposed. And I think she'll be okay, but it's just one of those moments where you got to take a few moments to try to shake it off. Well, for the Warriors here in this inning, top of the 4th, 4 runs are in. Runner on first, 2 outs. 13-9 is the score. Again, there has not been a half inning in this game where somebody did not score. Morgan Schmidt towing the rubber, looks in. Here's the pitch. There's a roller first base side. That'll be a foul ball. Count goes to 0-2. Emmeline Grosnick. First time I've seen her in action here for the Warriors. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. One thing the Warriors have had here today is some battle. I mean, every time they've taken a shot with a big crooked number from DePere, they've come back. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that will do it for Wausau West in the 4th. Warriors do get 4 runs. 4 runs on 6 base hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We are halfway through. Yes, we are just halfway through, middle of the 4th inning. DePere 13, Wausau West 9. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau area sports. Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau area sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau area sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau area sports. Thanks to the
Bottom half of the fourth. Can the Warriors slow down the De Pere offense? 13-9, De Pere with the lead. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Redbirds. Allie Fredrickson will lead things off against Claire Schultz. Schultz came on, got the final couple of outs in the last inning. Actually, she came on and got the final couple outs of the second inning, then gave up the 3-run homer in the last inning. It's all running together. There's so much action in this one so far. No balls and 1 strike. Fredrickson had a grand slam home run her last time up, and she'll flare that down the first base side in foul territory. Strike 1. I should say strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, that's Caitlin Butler who's now pitching for the Warriors. So a third pitcher here for the Warriors. And I think that last inning, the 4-run inning for the Warriors, got Coach Hughes thinking that, hey, time to bring in Caitlin here. I think they probably were thinking going to throw her in the second game against West De Pere. But now with the Warriors hitting the way they are, an opportunity here to try to win this game. No balls, 2 strikes. Just a little bit up. That's a good job of hitting. That's not an easy pitch to take with 2 strikes. Fredrickson laid off, and the count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball into right center field for a base hit. Trying to go to her right, get there for the Warriors was Brianne Bouchon, but couldn't quite get there. And it's a leadoff single. First time the leadoff hitter's been on base today for De Pere.
Number 8, Natalie Piper.
Natalie Piper, who had a 3-run homer of her own back in the first, will now step in. Right-handed batter. That's right down the chute, taken for strike 1 called. 13-9, bottom half of the 4th inning here from De Pere. Glad you could be with us. And the pitch, there's a pop-up, third base side, going over, Defner grabs it, throw to first, and not able to get the runner. Close play. But the first out of the inning.
Number 23, Sienna Arndt.
So 1 out for Sienna Arndt. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1 called. Taylor Murkowski putting down the fingers. Here's the rock and the 0-1. Scoring the bunt, pulling it back is Arndt, taken up high, 1-1. Here's the ride and the pitch. Up and away, taken for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big inning right here for the Warriors. Need to get out of this frame, keep it a 4-run game. Two one. There's a fly ball right center. That's going to be trouble. That's a gapper. It goes all the way to the fence on a hop. Runner heading to third, getting waved around. Here comes the throw and sliding in safely with the run is Fredrickson, and it's now 14-9. Well hit ball right into the gap in right center field from Sienna Arndt for that RBI double.
Batter number 11, Ava Krepling.
Up next, Ava Krepling for the Redbirds. Right-handed batter settles in. Caitlin Butler to the plate. Good fastball right down the chute, taken for a strike. We'll tell you about the defense here for the Warriors. There have been a few changes here, again, with the changes on the pitcher position. Some other changes as well. There's a pop-up on the right-hand side. Brianne Bouchon at second base will make the call and make the grab for out number 2. And now
16,
Julia Renier will step to the plate. Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So outfield right now for the Warriors. Brooklyn Kalmus is in left field. Brooklyn Freiberg is now in center. And Claire Schultz is back in right field. Infield deep, Taylor Defner at third, Jaden Elke at short, Brianne Bouchon at second, and back at first is Jaden Kalmus with Taylor Murkowski, the catcher. Pitch is on the outside corner from Caitlin Butler for strike 2 called. Runner on second, 2 out, 1 run in the bottom of the 4th for De Pere, and they lead the Warriors by a score of 14-9. Butler in the 0-2. There's a pop-up again. Second base side. Over the top of Brianne Bouchon into short right center field for a base hit. Carried just out of the reach of the Wausau West second baseman. Turns into an RBI single as Arndt comes in to score. Add another for De Pere to make it 15-9. Off the bat, I didn't think it was going that far, but it carried a little bit further than I thought. Now back to the top of the order and Jalen Craig. Pitch is all the way to the backstop, and going to second on the play is Renier. So another runner in scoring position for the Redbirds. I was about to say that if the Warriors could get out of that frame with only 1 run scoring, you're ahead of the curve in this game. That's almost like a scoreless inning in most games because there's been so many runs scored. Fastball, outside corner for a called strike 1. I've noticed the strike zone is starting to expand just a little bit, maybe giving the pitchers a little bit of help here in this offensive showcase. Liner right past the pitcher in the center field for a base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score is Renier. Well hit ball right through the box for an RBI single for Craig to make it 16-9. Going to be a meeting in the circle as Taylor Murkowski goes out to have a word with Caitlin Butler. You feel that wind. I'm starting to feel that wind. It's still a little chilly out. But you look at the flag in center field blowing straight out. So, again, this is a day for the hitters. I mean, anything in the air is getting a nice little push now as the wind has started to pick up. Peyton Spaeth now steps in. Ball gets away from Murkowski. And into second on the play is Jalen Craig. Here's the pitch. Ground ball past the pitcher. Bouchon makes a backhanded play. Fires the first in, not in time. Nice play by Brianne Bouchon behind second base. kept it on the infield and saves a run at the very least. Infield single for Peyton Spaeth, and the inning stays alive for De Pere. Bella Robinet will now step in for De Pere. She has had herself a game. She had a single in the first, scored a run, single in the second, scored a run, and a 3-run homer in the third. There's a high fly ball. Wind will carry it. Back in center is Brooklyn Freiberg, and she'll make the grab. That ball went way in the air, was not hit all that well, but is still carried to fairly deep center field, and Freiberg was able to make the play. 3 runs in the inning for De Pere. 3 runs on 5 base hits. There were no errors and a pair of runners left on base. Heading to the 5th, it is De Pere 16, Wausau West 9. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
For their support of our
and our Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel. And actually, we're going to keep it right here. I'm having a little issue here with my unit, the remote unit that we are using here for our broadcast. So we're going to keep it right here to sort of give a recap of what we've seen so far. For those of you who have joined us a little bit later here on this Saturday morning, still Saturday morning, for another 20 minutes. Warriors got 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Big hit was a 2 RBI single by Jaden Kalmus, and the Warriors had a 3-0 lead. De Pere would score 4 times in the bottom of the first inning. The big blow was a 3-run homer by Natalie Piper to make it 4-3. The Warriors got a run back in the top of the second. Brianne Bouchon had an RBI double to make it 4-4. Then a 6-run inning in the bottom of the second for De Pere. Grand slam home run in that frame by Allie Fredrickson, and it was 10-4. The Warriors got a run in the top of the third inning, a RBI ground ball by Caitlin Butler after Jaden Kalmus and Taylor Murkowski had hits, and that made it 10-5. Then in the bottom half of the third inning, 3 more runs for De Pere on a 3-run home run by Bella Robinet, and it was 13-5. The Warriors then came back in the top of the fourth, scored 4 runs. RBI hit by Brianne Bouchon, an RBI single by Taylor Defner, and a 2 RBI single by Jaden Kalmus. Made it 13-9, and then 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth from De Pere, and it's now 16-9. First pitch, a swing and a miss as Brooklyn Kalmus at the plate. And let me change my scoreboard here. It's the 5th inning. No balls and 1 strike. Trying to hold up and able to do so is Brooklyn Kalmus. One ball and 1 strike. Morgan Schmidt in the circle for De Pere. Pitch misses low and outside, and that's ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. It will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Warriors here in the top of the 5th. Fastball, inner portion, taken for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schmidt is ready, has the target. Rocks, fires. Drops a little bit low, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brooklyn Freiberg, who's now in center field, waits on deck for Wausau West. Here's the payoff. Ground ball into center field. Well hit ball by Brooklyn Kalmus. And the Warriors make it 5 out of 5 in terms of getting their leadoff hitter on base.
Number 3, Brooklyn Freiberg.
Now Brooklyn Freiberg. Brooklyn Kalmus and Brooklyn Freiberg at the bottom of the Wausau West batting order. Brooklyn Freiberg had a single her last time up. She has scored 2 runs in the game, 1 for 2. Missing on a fastball inside is Morgan Schmidt, ball 1. Again, it's been a lot of action in this one on this first game of our Saturday twin bill. 1-0. Catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. And again, we'll have the Warriors and West De Pere in the second game coming up. We'll take a short break as I move my equipment to the other diamond, but then we'll be back on a separate stream for the second game. Runner on the move. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to second. And out at second is Brooklyn Kalmus. Good throw again by Bella Robinet. Boy, in a game where you got to make every out count, that's 3 outs on the base paths for the Warriors in the last 2 innings. Pitch misses the outside corner, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-handed batter waits. Morgan Schmidt toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. Drops down low, and that's ball 4. So the Warriors have another base runner. And back to the top of the order, and the red-hot hitting Brianne Bouchon. Brianne had a single, scored a run in the first, had an RBI double in the second, and then an RBI single and scored a run in the third. She is 3 for 3. We're getting a meeting in the circle for De Pere. Give us a chance to, again, thank the Wausau West Athletic Department for their continued support of our broadcast of Wausau West High School softball. If you want to come out and cheer on Wausau West student athletes or other extracurricular activities, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org, click on Wausau West, and see a complete listing of upcoming events. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org. Meeting in the circle has come to an end, and Brianne Bouchon will step to the plate. The Wausau West right-handed hitter will settle in. And again, been very impressed with how comfortable Brianne looks as a freshman. Sometimes you're thrown into the varsity deep pool. It takes a little time, but she has been just incredibly solid. Runner on the move again. Throw down to second. And out at second is Freiberg. So 2 outs and nobody on base. One ball and no strikes on Brianne Bouchon. Schmidt fires. That will miss a little bit up for ball 2. The other game is done. Wausau East and West De Pere. I was actually hoping that game would last longer than this one, as there's a foul ball. The reason, because I have to move my stuff. And I know they want to try to get the games going as quickly as possible, but it's not that easy to get all my equipment over there. So hopefully they're going to, well, I'm hoping they'll wait for me to be ready before they start game number 2. And, of course, you got to get the lineups and everything else. Way up high, and that ball airmail to the backstop. 3 balls and 1 strike. Warriors 8-7 overall going into play today. De Pere 7-5. Three-1 pitch. Way up high. That is ball 4. So all 3 of the hitters have reached base here in the inning for the Warriors, but 2 outs and a runner on first. Jaden Elke is due up next. Right-handed batter waits. Here's the pitch. Up and away for ball 1. I mentioned earlier that I said that De Pere is, as the pitch comes in, up high, taken for a ball, 5-3 in the FVA. They're not in the FVA. Of course they're not in the FVA. They're in the Fox River Classic Conference. That was my mistake. Two balls and no strikes on Jaden Elke. She singled and scored her last time up. There's a liner off the pitcher, and that's going to be an infield single. Getting the mitt up and knocking it away was Morgan Schmidt. Well hit ball right back through the box by Elke, And that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. Going to make sure that Schmidt is okay after taking that liner right back through the box. And I think maybe, well, let's wait and see here whether or not we have another change in pitchers here for the Redbirds. But 2 runners on base, and yep, we're going to have another pitching change here for Pere. So runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Pere 16, Wausau West 9. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up in a moment. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Too early to start thinking boats. Once the season starts, you want to be ready. So, what's your boat? A boat for fishing, boat for skiing, a pontoon boat for partying? Or are you thinking personal watercraft? Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union, the leader in financing fun. Great rates, great service, great fun. Local lenders lending local money. Quick and easy loan approval. It's the way financing should be. Stop in and visit with a CCU lender even before you hit the marina. CCU can set you up with a great rate financing approval, so when you find your boat, you're ready to float. The season's just too short not to enjoy every moment you can on the water. Check it out and stop in. Call or apply online at ccuwausau.com. Whatever floats fun for you, remember CCU. That's Clover Belt Credit Union. We finance fun.
So Taylor Defner will face the new pitcher Grace Hudson for Pere. First and second, 2 outs for the Warriors, top of the 5th. Fastball, inside corner for strike 1 called. Well, this, again, could have been a big inning for the Warriors, but they had a pair of runners caught trying to advance on the base paths. No batters have been retired here in this inning. That'll be fouled off to the first base side. It's very quickly 0-2. Well, we've seen a few clouds start to roll in for the first time. We actually have some cloud cover. Still lots of blue skies above us, but a few puffy clouds have moved into the area. 0-2 pitch. There's a hard hit grounder into right center field for a base hit. Rounding third, here comes Brianne Bouchong. She will score all the way to third. On the play is Jaden Elke. An RBI single for Taylor Defner, her second RBI hit of the game. And the Warriors now in double digits. They've scored 10. It's 16-10.
Number 9, Jaden Kalmus.
And now Jaden Kalmus, who has 3 base hits and has driven in 4 in this game, will step to the plate. Hard hit ball right up the middle, deflected, and it'll be an infield single, and a run will score. I thought for a moment she was going to get robbed because he hit it hard, but I think it may have hit the pitcher's rubber. Getting over at second was Spaeth, but could not get Defner. So an infield single for Jaden Kalmus, a 5th run batted in of the game, her 4th base hit, and it's now 16-11.
Number 8, Taylor Murkowski.
Taylor Murkowski up next, and Taylor Murkowski is 3 for 3. She has singled, doubled, and singled. Pitch is up high, taken for a ball. Again, it's been quite a morning here as we are in the final minutes of the morning. 16-11, top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. That was a riser and a little frustration from Taylor Murkowski as that ended up just, I think, a little bit up and out of the zone, but still, it was a good cut. Just swung under it. It's 1-1. And the pitch. This time lays off the rising fastball, and the count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Murkowski. 16-11, top of the 5th inning. Runners on second and first for the Warriors. There's a high pop-up on the infield. In the circle, Grace Hudson will make the grab, and that will do it for the Warriors in the 5th inning. 2 runs for Wausau West. 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a pair of runners left on base. And a 4.5. It is De Pere 16, Wausau West 11. This is Wausau West High School softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Weld Riley Law Firm of Wausau and attorney Matt Meyer is a supporter of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Matt and the attorneys at Weld Riley have a wide range of practical knowledge and litigation experience, enabling their firm to offer an unparalleled breadth of services and depth of talent in Wisconsin. Matt can help you in finding a legal solution in civil litigation, family law, personal injury, and more. Contact Matt Meyer at Weld Riley Law Firm in Wausau. Thanks to Weld Riley and Matt Meyer for their support of high school sports coverage on Wausau Area Sports.
Rocket Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Bottom half of inning number 5, the De Pere Redbirds coming to the plate, leading Wausau West by a score of 16-11. Micah Zerbel will lead things off against Caitlin Butler. Well, the Warriors not going away in this one, but they need to get De Pere without allowing the Redbirds to get those crooked numbers as they've had the entire game. As the first pitch is up and out of the zone for ball 1. De Pere scored 4 in the first, 6 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. There's a high pop-up. Second base side. Brianne Bouchon will make the call and make the grab for out number 1. Good start in the 5th. And up next will be the number 5 hitter, designated player Allie Fredrickson. She has one of the 3 home runs hit by De Pere. She had a grand slam. She'll fall that one back to the screen. She hit that grand slam home run back in the second inning. She is 2 out of 3 overall. $16 hits for De Pere in this game. Yes, here's the 0-1. Misses away for a ball. 16 hits for the Warriors as well. So 32 hits combined, and we're only in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1. Misses away. That's ball 2. And the Warriors, I mean, they got to be kicking themselves a little bit because they had 2 runners thrown out on the base paths in both the 4th and the 5th innings. It has not been a case where the De Pere pitching has slowed down Wausau West the last couple of frames. And there's a pop-up again. First base side out of play. 2-2. That the Warriors were able to score in both those innings, impressive. I mean, you gave up 2 outs in both those innings and get 6 runs out of it still. Butler, 2-2. Ground ball into center field for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Fredrickson, her 3rd base knock of the game.
Number 8, Natalie Piper.
Natalie Piper will hit next. Piper had a 3-run homer back in the first. She is 1 for 3. Pitch is low and inside, taken for ball 1. Butler's ready. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper in the hole between third and short in the left field for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here for the Redbirds. Put runners on first and second with one out.
Number 23, Sienna Arndt.
So 11 runs, 16 hits, 1 error for West. 16 runs, 18 hits, 1 error for De Pere. Fastball paints the inside corner for strike one called. Well, and for folks who love offense, this has been the game. Again, Caitlin's ready. Here's the pitch. There's a roller, third base side. Defner will pick. She'll fire across, right on target. 5-3 on the putout for out number 2. Well, a chance here for the Warriors to get out of this frame. It'll be the first half inning for either side to not score, but still some work with runners on second and third for Ava Krepling. She is 0 for 3. I think probably one of the very few that have not had a base hit yet today. And there's a fly ball right field side. Going back is Claire Schultz, and she'll make the grab. And a little bit of a cheer from the first base side as finally we have a goose egg on the board. It took the 10th at bat, but 11 no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for De Pere in the 5th. Heading to the 6th, 16-11. Wausau West trails De Pere. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Industrial's mission to package with less is a commitment to making a future that's better for the next generation. Their recommendations help manufacturers across the nation package with less material, less waste, less time, and with less cost. Their engineers and experts provide data-backed solutions that positively impact your bottom line. When you work with Rocket Industrial, you're working with a partner committed to making a difference. Rocket Industrial, package with less. Learn more at rocketindustrial.com.
Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks for watching on the Wausau Area Sports YouTube channel, but we'd like to see you out and about supporting Wausau West student athletes in action. To see a listing of upcoming events at Wausau West High School, go to WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. That's WisconsinValleyConference.org and click on Wausau West. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage on Wausau Area Sports. Thanks to the Wausau West Athletic Department for their support of our coverage of Wausau West High School sports on Wausau.
Claire Schultz leading things off for the Warriors. Top of the 6th inning. First pitch, a fastball in there for strike one called. Well, if you're Wausau West, a chance here to put a little bit of pressure on De Pere if they can get some runs. Here's the pitch. Rises up and out of the strike zone. Ball 1. 1 ball, then 1 strike. Here's the pitch. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Second base side, Peyton Spaeth will make the call and make the grab for out number 1.
Number 2, Caitlin Butler.
Caitlin Butler will step in next for the Warriors. Again, first of 2 today for the Warriors. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Take on West De Pere in the second game. Oh, there's a pitch taken for strike 2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up and 2 down. This is the first inning today that the Warriors did not get their leadoff hitter on base.
Number 6, Brooklyn Comas.
And with 2 outs and nobody on base, Brooklyn Kalmus will step in for West. And there's a roller back. Oh, between the legs of the pitcher Hudson. Pick and a fire across, not in time. It will turn into an infield single for Kalmus on a ball that should have been played in the circle. I guess technically it could be an error. I'm not the official scorer, but the inning stays alive, and Brooklyn Freiberg will now step in. Fastball up and out of the zone for ball one. Freiberg is hit into a fielder's choice and scored in the second. Singled and scored in the fourth, and then walked in the fifth. Pitch is a little bit low. Taken for ball two. 16-11. Warriors trail De Pere, top half of inning number 6. Again, the sun shining brightly here in De Pere. Pitch bounces in there, smothered by the catcher Robinet. And the count goes to 3-0. Again, once this game is done, we will have a short break. We will then come back on our second stream. If you go to Wausau Area Sports YouTube, pitch is outside for ball 4. But again, you'll have to go to the second stream to get our second broadcast today between Wausau West and West De Pere, coming up probably about 15 minutes or so after we wrap up this broadcast. Top of the order, and the red-hot hitting Brianne Bouchon will step in. She is 3 for 3, has walked, has scored 3 runs, and driven in 2. There's a ground ball towards shortstop. Pick is made there. Throw across in time. 6-3 on the putout for out number 3. So the Warriors are held scoreless for the first time today in the 6th. No runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 6th, it is De Pere 16, Wausau West 11. This is Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Redbirds coming to the plate, leading the Warriors by a score of 16-11. Rainier bunts at third base side, picked up. Quick throw across by Defner. Good pick, a good throw by Defner. 5-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning.
Back to the top of the order, number 1, Jalen Craig.
So 1 pitch and 1 out for De Pere. 5-3 on that putout. And top of the order, and Jalen Craig now for the Redbirds. Craig has a couple of hits. Inside corner for strike 1. She is 2 out of 3. She grounded out in the first, had an RBI double, scored a run in the second, walked and scored in the third, and then singled, had an RBI in the fourth. Has 2 RBI in the game. No balls and 1 strike. Bounces in there for ball 1. $18 hits for the Redbirds and 17 hits for the Warriors in this game. Here's the pitch. Little chopper goes off the body of the batter, Jalen Craig. And that's strike 2. Caitlin Butler, the third Wausau West pitcher in this game. Nora Hint started, then Claire Schultz, and now Caitlin Butler. We've seen 3 pitchers as well for De Pere, not surprisingly, with the kind of score that we've seen here today. And the pitch. There's a roller towards third. Defner could not get it. Jaden Elke will pick fire across. Not in time. Good attempt by Jaden Elke, but couldn't quite get there. And that'll be an infield single. Hit number 19 in the game for De Pere. And Peyton Spaeth will come up next. The right-hander, Caitlin Butler, looks in for the target from Taylor Murkowski. There's a bunt, pushed back towards the pitcher. Picked up by Butler, bobbles, and now fires too late. So first and second, there'll have to be an error on the pitcher. One out. Robinette, who had a single, a home run, and a fly ball, 3 out of 4. Comes to the plate. Butler's pitch. There's a high pop-up, short right center field. Long run, and it lands between the center fielder and the right fielder. Rounding third. Here comes the runner. Into third on the play is Spaeth. And it's now 17-11. Towering hot fly ball. And that was, again, not an easy play as Freiberg and Schultz kind of met in the middle in right center field, and the ball met in the middle of those two players. So runners on the corners. One out for Micah Zerbel. Zerbel has singled. She is 1 for 4. There's a looping liner. Jaden Elke on a short hop. Flips to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Runners are going to go to the plate. Here comes a throw! And slide it in safely will be Spaeth. Spaeth held. Then she saw that the play was at second and then broke for the plate. So a fielder's choice for Zerbel. And 2 outs in the inning for Allie Fredrickson. And it's now 18-11. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. Fredrickson struck out looking in the first, hit a grand slam home run in the second, singled and scored in the fourth, singled again in the fifth. So she is 3 out of 4. Here's the pitch. Misses away. Runner on the move. Throw down to second. Ball tailed towards the first base side of the bag, so safe at second on the steal is Zerbel. 2 balls and no strikes is the count on Fredrickson. Fredrickson will step back into the right-handed batter's box. Caitlin Butler fires. There's a pop-up over the backstop and out of play. Strike 1. Mentioned we're here basically because these teams now back in the same sectional. Sectional features West, East, Rapids, Stevens Point, DC Everest from the Wisconsin Valley Conference. De Pere, West De Pere in there as well. Pitch all the way to the backstop. Wild pitch. Runner advances to third. But other teams in the sectional, along with those Wisconsin Valley Conference schools, Pulaski, Hortonville, Green Bay Southwest, Green Bay Preble, Green Bay East-West Co-op, Bayport, and Ashwaubenon. Pitch is outside for ball 4. So a walk to Allie Fredrickson. Puts runners on the corners with 2 outs for Natalie Piper. Piper is 2 out of 4, has a 3-run home run and a single. Butler to the plate. All the way to the backstop. Runner breaks from third, and she will score standing up. Going to second is Fredrickson. 19-11. what's an interesting feel of a game like this? If it's 8-0, it sounds like a blowout. 19-11 sounds a lot better because you got 11 runs. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. A ball and a strike on Piper. Lots of game reps for the hitters today. This is the 5th at-bat to the number 6 position in the De Pere batting order. There's a pop over the first base dugout, and out of play. In fact, it lands right on the first base dugout for strike two. Butler's ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Drops down low. Runner breaks for third. Here's the throw. And sliding in safely is Fredrickson. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch bounces in there, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. When this one ends, we're going to end the broadcast rather quickly because I do have to get over as quickly as possible to set up for game 2. But again, it will be a separate stream, West and West De Pere, coming up. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will do it for De Pere in the bottom of the 6th inning. They scored 3 runs on 3 base hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. Heading to the 7th. It is Wausau West trailing De Pere by a score of 19-11. This is Warrior Softball on Wausau Area Sports.
Wausau Area Sports is more than play-by-play broadcasts on our YouTube channel. Go to wausauareasports.com for the latest news and information involving our high school sports teams, including Wausau West, Newman Catholic, DC Everest, Wausau East, Marathon, Mosinee, and more. It's all at wausauareasports.com. Also, you can contact us there. If you have story ideas or questions, just go to wausauareasports.com and to the contact section. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the latest information on where we are and what we're covering. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you miss none of the action. Wausau Area Sports on YouTube, at wausauareasports.com, on Facebook and Instagram. The Wausau area's newest source for information and play-by-play of high school sports. Wausau Area Sports.
Jaden Elke will lead off the top of the 7th inning for the Warriors. The 2, 3, and 4 batters. Grace Hudson fires, and that's in there for strike 1 called. Jaden Elke has a pair of base hits. She is 2 out of 3, has a sacrifice bunt as well, has scored a pair of runs. 0-1. There's a ground ball, diving stab made by Craig from her knees. Will fire across, but not in time. An infield single for Jaden Elke, her 3rd base hit of the game. And now Taylor Defner will step in for Wausau West. Taylor Defner has 3 hits. She has 2 hits. She's 2 hits and a walk. Fastball rises up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Defner walked and scored in the 1st, flew out the right field in the 2nd, had an RBI single, scored a run in the 4th, and then an RBI single in the 5th. Ground ball. Oh, boy, that hit the pitcher. A shot. Oh, that was a hard hit ball, and that hit the leg of the pitcher, Hudson, and she is hurt. That was a rocket off the bat of Defner, right back through the box. And, boy, that was in the lower leg area. There's not a lot of protection there. And Grace Hudson is going to try, I think, to work her way up, but that was, again, an exceptionally well-hit ball by Taylor Defner. 3rd hit of the game for Defner. But now the concern is, look at the trainer has a bit of a smile that she's talking with Grace Hudson in the circle. We've seen a number of pitches that were taken right back up the middle in this game from both teams. It just shows, again, these teams are really focused in on the softball. They are hitting the ball. Some days you get a lot of base hits, and sometimes it's seeing eyes. But no, these teams are hitting it on the screws. And it looks as though shaking it off will be Hudson. Boy, I got to say I'm a little surprised. That ball was hit so hard. I thought that was going to be even worse. But looks like she'll be okay. And the Warriors have runners on first and second with nobody out. $19 hits for the Warriors. Boy, I can't remember doing a game where I've seen the Warriors get 19 base hits. They got 19 hits in this game, and they're down by 8. I mean, that shows the kind of game it's been. But Wausau West has been swinging the bats here today, as has De Pere. And getting some pitches to try and just make sure she is okay is Grace Hudson. And now it will be Jaden Kelmis. And boy, Jaden has a chance to really have a special day. She is 4 for 4. 4 base hits, 5 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Ground ball back to the pitcher, knocked down by Hudson. She'll flip to first in time. And for the first time today, Jaden Kelmis is retired. So second and third, 1 out for Taylor Murkowski. 1-3 on that putout. Here's the rock and the pitch. Inside for ball 1. Taylor Murkowski having a good day at the plate. Has 3 base hits. Pitches in the dirt, gets away, and coming in to score is Jaden Elke, and going to third on the play is Defner. So a wild pitch. Run number 12 for the Warriors. It's now 19-12. And the pitch. Ground ball pulled foul down the third base side. 2 balls and a strike. Murkowski singled in the first, doubled in the third, singled in the fourth, and popped to the pitcher in the fifth. She is 3 out of 4. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball, well hit center field. Way back is Zerbal. Way back, and it's out of here. She tried to bring it back, but not able to do so. And it's a 2-run home run for Taylor Murkowski. Makes it 19-14. Getting welcomed by her teammates at home plate. Again, it's a day the ball's carrying well. The wind has calmed a bit again. But Zerbal to the fence. He tried to reach over and bring it back, but was out of her reach. So 19-14. And Claire Schultz coming to the plate. Claire Schultz had an RBI ground ball in the first, struck out in the third, walked in the fifth, and popped to the second baseman in the sixth. Right-handed batter. Pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Ball 1. Slightly open stance from the box. Hands up high. There's a high pop-up. That'll be out of play on the third base side. One ball and 1 strike. Again, once this game ends, we'll be ending our broadcast on this stream, but again, we'll have a separate stream for the second game between Wausau West and West De Pere and be back in somewhat about 15 minutes. There's a fly ball center field. Well hit again. Zerbal goes back, way back, reaches up, and this time she makes the grab right at the fence. She almost had the last one, and this time she's able to reach up there. I'm not sure if that one, I think it probably hit the top of the fence, but it was very close for Claire Schultz. but out number 2. And now Caitlin Butler will step in for the Warriors. Pitch is up high, taken for a ball. Here's the pitch. There's a liner. Goes foul down the first base side. (19-14). 33 runs in this game. 33 runs and I think more than 40 hits at this point. I got to do some adding again. 1-1. Fall back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grace Hudson to the plate. Way up high. Evens things up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Well, quite an entertaining softball game. De Pere wins it by a score of 19-14. So what we're going to do, we're going to pack our stuff up, head to the other diamond, and then be back with you on our second stream in about 15 minutes. So again, 19-14, De Pere over Wausau West. Warriors and West De Pere coming up in just a few minutes. Thanks for being with us here for this broadcast as Wausau West softball continues. Again, I'm Chad Holmes from De Pere High School. 19-14. West De Pere, I should say De Pere over Wausau West. Warriors and West De Pere coming up in just a few minutes here on Wausau Area Sports. This has been Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on Wausau Area Sports. Wausau West Softball has been brought to you by the Cloverbell Credit Union since 1936. Local lenders lending local money, keeping our community strong. Warrior Softball is also brought to you by Rocket Industrial, the Wausau West Athletic Department, the Weld Riley Law Firm and attorney Matthew Meyer, and financial advisor Tim Freiberg of Rib Mountain Financial Group. Thanks for joining us for Wausau West Warrior High School Softball on your home for Warrior Sports, Wausau Area Sports, and WausauAreaSports.com.